Well, hi everybody. Listening, reading, and trying to understand what the other person is saying makes a lot of effect on our speech. So, the very first aspect of being able to speak is that you listen well, you read well, and now when I'm going to read, I would want you to imitate the style in which I'm speaking, because that might help you into formulating your own style. So I'm going to be reading, and you'll have to listen to me and try to understand how I'm speaking, what I'm speaking, and probably speak with me. Or maybe if you like, if you want, it would really add to your style of speech, imitate me. So here goes. I'm going to be talking about how Lord Buddha talked about suffering and how suffering can be mitigated by different ways. The diagnosis of Buddha that in human life suffering or dukkha is a constant due to continuous inflow of dissatisfaction holds absolutely strong. Once a pleasure is fulfilled, it ceases to offer further pleasure, and hence dissatisfaction or suffering, as Buddha puts it, again surfaces. Hence, one again sets onto the path of toil and therefore gets into the vicious cycle of fulfilling one's desires and trying to seek pleasure. This becomes the very reality of human existence for most of us. Unfulfillment of desires, clinging to thoughts, feelings, and people too offer immense pain when things don't go the way we expect them to. I hope you all understood this passage. Now there are certain words which might create a little, what should I say? They should create that feeling that you're not able to understand. So that's the time when you finish reading, you'll have to go back to those words and add them to your vocabulary list. Alright, let's go further. The very root cause of suffering is too much emphasis on I, me, myself, and many such related words. In Hindu philosophy, suffering is a part of human existence because of our karmic cycle and a byproduct of our own intentional and unintentional deeds, as emphasized by the Buddha. Even physical suffering is in some ways referred to as caused by our own thought process. Hence, our own thoughts and deeds lead to suffering. So there is a great emphasis on being compassionate and kind towards others, offer help to the needy, and not harm others intentionally, as it adds on to negative karma. And we have to master the art of controlling thoughts and affirming positives. Affirmations also are the way of controlling thoughts and feelings. A lot of us might disagree with Buddha on the aspect of suffering, as one might feel that this seeking of pleasure, having missions of all kinds, or clinging to one's desires or cravings in a way give meaning to one's life, which otherwise might seem meaningless. It is only when one has achieved the basic hierarchical need as put forth by Maslow, one can aim at higher goals of life. Altruism cannot be achieved till one is completely satisfied and content to the base levels. I would like to add here that mindful meditation is a great way of getting detached and hence mitigating the pain or suffering due to transient nature of pleasure, which keeps evaporating and hence tries to keep people on toes, as one has to give meaning to life. Being alive has to be celebrated with happiness as well as sadness, and both would not take toll on us if we learn to be attached with detachment. And a beautiful line here says, attached yet detached theory indeed works wonders, as it is mindful and deliberate. Hope you're all able to understand and follow what I'm saying. Let's go further. Hence, suffering can be a different kind. Hence, let me go again. Hence, suffering can be of different kinds and types, but the crux of the diagnosis is that our own expectations and feelings make us suffer, and if we liberate ourselves of the clinging, we may cease to feel the pain or hurt. But can we completely control the pain or suffering? We cannot completely detach ourselves of the feelings and hurt of anyone close or related to us, but it will indeed have its effect on us. If I'm walking on the road and see a small kid without shoes, I may feel the pain, but it may not bother to me to great magnitude. Okay, I think there is a mistake, so let's correct it. If I'm walking on the road and see the small kid without shoes, I may feel the pain, but it may not bother me to great magnitude. The very thought of buying him or her a pair of shoes fills me with immense sense of pleasure, and having done the act makes me feel immense satisfaction. Now, suffering element is missing here also. This does not make me an altruist either. Such acts of kindness indeed make one feel happy and contented without being attached, but the same may not hold true in the case of my own child. I will be really pained at the suffering of my own child and feel the hurt and the experience of suffering to a much higher magnitude. Can I completely let go of it? Is the vital question. As Professor Wright puts forth, here it is important to emphasize that though most of us would not be able to completely master the art of being completely detached, hence banish suffering from bothering us, we still can master the art of controlling feeling of stress, anxiety, and even fear. We can self-assure ourselves of the transient nature of elements, and hence program ourselves to see things objectively, and finally not get enamored by the feeling of thoughts which normally make us suffer completely. So Buddha indeed put it out pretty scientifically for others to follow. Realize that there is suffering, but pin down the causes of suffering and work towards the procedure of controlling them, so as to mitigate the pain to the maximum. One may not attain complete nirvana or nibbana, but mindful meditation does make one have a much better equipped human being. We all become better equipped human beings. So this is something which I wrote when I was doing some course of Dr. Wright on Buddhism and pain. I hope you all understood, you all could follow it. So reading and listening, that is what we were doing today. Would look forward to your comments and have a great reading and listening, and after that speaking.